Now, in deliberating on how to achieve this successful World Environmental Day, I think that we should take it point by point. Now, we can start from point 3, which is presentation of proposed activities. So let's look at the activities that we have. We have stipulated here, and let's look at them. First of all, I believe everybody have a copy of this.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want us to. We are on that number 3 now, and so we are looking at that awareness. We say awareness works. Okay. So I want us to look at it. Clean up campaign, and then school sensitization programs, media engagement plans, stakeholder mobilization strategy. So now we are looking at the activities that we are going to use to mark this year's World Environmental Day. I will say that part of what we are going to do after this meeting now, we are going to write a letter to the Ministry of Environment, because they asked us how do we want to come in, what are our activities. That's normally how they do it. So we told them that we're having a meeting today at the office. When we are done, we are going to write to them like a communique of the things we need to do. Then we'll write straight to the Honorable Minister. So again, we said we are going to have awareness work where we wear our dresses like the way we put on the dress, and then if it's possible, this is my own opinion, then we need to make, if there's a flyer, we can make some kind of statement or something like a flyer that should be given to people, which will form part of awareness work. And then aside from that, then we're going to pick a location. That is, if we adopt awareness work, that is okay. We'll pick location, because we cannot walk the whole Abuja. We can just pick a certain area, and then agree on the day and agree on the time and where from where, just all those things. That's what we are going to agree on meeting. Who is taking the minute of this meeting? Solomon. Solomon is out. Somebody should be taking the minute, because is what we agree, what we are going to use to form the communique. So please, who should take this minutes? I need a volunteer. If you know you are good in taking minutes. Solomon, want to take a minute so that we can have a summarized points. Okay, whatever we agree.
What we need to do, even as women, and it also shows that as humans also we can solve this problem. We created it and we can solve them. To take us further in this meeting, we have on our agenda the number 3, which is the presentation of proposed activities. And I will just quickly rush through the 5 items there. It's what that we have awareness works. Now, these are what we propose to do. Like I said, we are gradually entering into the technical aspect now. We have the awareness works where we'll be working around, and other things again. Then we'll have the cleanup campaigns. We intend to have, because we're looking at a 2-day program, since the main event is on the 5th of June. So we want to see a situation whereby we can have a program to do some of these things, like on the 3rd and on the 4th, or probably on the 4th. Then on the 5th, we will celebrate it worldwide. Then we will also, in this same meeting, we will finalize some of these things. That is why we are here technically. Then we'll have school sensitization programs. In fact, the director of program have started making arrangements towards that. We will go to schools, sensitize the school, and all of those things. And all of this will be detailed, like the ED said from the beginning. All this will be captured as a project. And so we are being careful with every information, every detail. So everything we are doing here is documented, and all at the end of the day, we'll come up with a comprehensive report that will show that, okay, we're actually serious. And to also give, with that, we can start laying other foundations to greater projects. Now, also we'll be having media engagement plan, and the director of media is also doing a great work. And if you're going through our social medias, and please, I will encourage us to be very active on that platform, because a lot of us, we just drop some things and we don't like, we don't follow. Now, as stakeholders, you're not supposed to be begged. In fact, you are mandated, because the change begins with me. And that, how do we know that change begins? We can't drop an article and discover that you're just having like 1-2 comments. That's very poor. You understand? So we should have a system whereby if like 10 persons have reacted on a post and commented on a post, now it creates a credibility system where people say, okay, people are following, people are, and before you know, somebody from nowhere, you see somebody from nowhere will just start up. This one will now ask question, what are these people doing? You understand? Curiosity will start setting in because you're already creating a system and there's credibility on it, because the more people are coming in, it's buttressing the credibility of that system. So we need to make sure that, especially in this period, our media will have to really be active on it, on all our platforms. So I encourage us, the moment any link, any video, any post is dropped, please let's go, share, like, whatever thing we can do, but just make sure you engage, and that will also help us, keep growing. Then the third thing, stakeholder mobilization strategy. Now, as stakeholders, on that day, we'll be having a lot of things, because we'll be the ones handling it. Nobody will handle it for us. So practically we'll be the ones championing the whole movement. So everybody will be delegated at the end of this meeting. Who handled this, who handled the other thing, and that is how we will do. Then going further again in this meeting, we will be taking reviews and rules of responsibility. Now in this meeting, we'll be finalizing who leads, like the logistics, the media, volunteer movement, whatever thing it is, we'll be finalizing it on this meeting. Then we also have confirming support partners and invited dignitaries. At the course of this same project, we were looking at, okay, having partners to support. You understand? Because it's all this whole movement, it involves finance. And as it is now, nobody is financing the system now. So we are just going volunteering, and from our own side, do one or two, do plus and minus to ensure that at the end of the day, it becomes a success. So, but then the bigger the project, the bigger the size.
If we want to produce trash bags, like we are carrying out activities on cleanup, which is part of
campaigns.
the listed proposed activities for the district. So you find out that he actually touched that is awareness work, that's creating awareness, which invariably we are not going to do it in a city center. It must be at the grassroots. Since we are dealing with the people at the grassroots, the environment will depict where we are actually carrying out the awareness. So if we are picking awareness, I think based on that, we can just go with something like a flyer, that's awareness work. We drop it and also get the public that in the environment sensitized on the need to keep their environment clean and also waste separation. Thank you.
Okay. School sensitization program, media engagement plan, stakeholder mobilization strategy. Okay, sir. Maybe you still talk coming on your name.
Good afternoon. Yes, on this matter of I made myself although adult. So I have gone to a particular for the community service where I met some people there. I need to know if you can coordinate a walk out campaign,
Okay.
whereby we can take the plastic from the dungeon or from the gutters or from then and dump it to the site. Maybe all this Bobambola site that used to buy plastic, because there is a place that used to recycle it. But I communicated to the MD then, and he said that, well, it's very okay, but coming to coordinate those people in the village
Yes.
was a tough, because they were demanding for something. So, but he said that when we come today, we can know how we can engage them on free or freelancer stuff. So, but what they are just trying to do is, if we can pick a village or a community or a district where we can go there and advocate for them, we can provide something like dispatch bags, all these trash bags, and be given to around, so that we make sure that we are trying to tell them how they can control the plastic pollution. Then we can print something like flyers where we can distribute at that day as we are working in that village. And as we are doing that, we are creating the awareness too. Then after that, we can show them where the plastic that was picked can be dumped can transact, if I may use that word, because they buy it and there is a place they use to recycle it. So if we can do that, I think it's okay to help maybe the environmental, they look colorful.
Yes.
So that's where I have done a little strike on that. We thought for us to finalize if we can pick a village that will be conducive where we can get people to be involved. Thank you.
Okay.
Trash things we will buy, we can just share to those that supported us or that were there with us during the work. So them, they now know what to do with it when they get home. You understand? Just something to make them happy. That's all.
I believe that awareness works will be okay. And just like the last speaker said, I think making flyers, small, small flyers that we caption what we are doing and we'll be sharing it as we are going will be okay. Because we cannot say because in the community they will be looking for money. They want us to come and share money to them. We can't start by sharing money because that's not what we are trying to do. We are
I am
Oh, wow. Okay.
FCT woman leader on Christian Political Forum in FCT, and I'm also a coordinator on Age Green Campaign Initiative in Koje Area Council. So, as we said, change begins with me
Yes.
and you.
Yes.
So, let's begin with all of us change.
Please, let's celebrate our coordinator. I've been seeing your platform, but I didn't know you were there.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Musa Blessing. Um, I know that our focus on this age green campaign initiative is to evacuate solid waste around our communities. So, the secretary under Fiji.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. And this is the head office, and we are privileged.
Whether giving transport money or giving money for bottled water, money is money. If you have an organization and you are giving out 1 naira with this other organization that is giving out 1 million naira, both of you will write a report that you gave out money. So we should be aware that anything we are doing, if you are bringing somebody to follow you from here to get there, there must be logistics involved. Food, money. There's no way you bring somebody to follow you and be dancing and be saying this one. For us, we can do it as a team, as an organization member, we can do it. But bringing someone outside to join you and be doing all these things, even for their own benefit, you must motivate the person. The person must be motivated. You understand?
Air and water, the two essential fluids that all life depends, has become global garbage cans. So these things, however, they find their way into the ocean. Some people deliberately dispose their waste into the ocean, and plastic stays up to 1,000 years in the earth before it decomposes. And does it truly decompose? No. It breaks down into smaller particles, which will result, we call it microplastics. He made mention of an operation that plastic was discovered. Those are the breakdown of plastics that have stayed for over thousands of years. And you wonder, how does it find its way into this person's brain? Research has shown that these plastics have even entered a woman. She gave birth and they found plastic in the placenta of that child. So to tell you how dangerous and how effective we need to carry out this campaign to make sure that we curb this environmental menace that has caused by plastic. You know, when plastic was produced, we all celebrated it. It was light, you know, you can take it to anywhere. But we didn't know that this thing that we have produced, this new innovation, will become a problem to our society. Now, how do this plastic get into the human system? It through the fishes. Now, when this plastic breaks down, because they do not completely decompose, it breaks down into smaller particles, forming microplastics. And then the fishes in the river, they consume it, they take it in. And then we as human beings will buy these things, will come, prepare it and eat. You may wash it very well, but you don't even know the one that is still in the body of that fish. And then you consume it. That is how it indirectly enters find its way into the human system. So how do we, a call to action, how do we work, how do we do it? That is why we are here. We create awareness, tell people about the effects of the plastic. We tell people, I met, there's something I wrote there. I say rethink and reuse. Now, for us to work on this, we need to watch our ecological footprint. Now, when you talk of ecological footprint, it all boils down to us. For instance, you go to the market and you purchase an item. In fact, some of us will say, give me more leather, this one go cut though. You understand? So you collect more leather, and those are plastics. You can't even reuse them. You collect it, and when you get home, it finds its way in the garbage. Now, how do we source this plastic? From it starts with us. When we say it starts with us, what do you need to do? From your houses, you can keep 2 containers. Okay, this one is for plastic, because when you mix them together, there are some decomposable wastes that you can use it maybe at the garden or your backyard, or you can easily dispose it and it will just dissolve, it will decompose. But plastic is not like that. So there are some plastic you can reuse, there are some you cannot reuse. Do you understand? So now what people do is they don't watch. We need to watch what we consume. Buying unnecessary items, buying items that you cannot reuse, made of plastic. Like for instance, with your shopping bag, you go to the market, you have a shopping bag, you don't need much waterproof from those people. You don't need much of those things. So with your shopping bag, you just put everything there, and then in your own little way, you are watching you are watching your ecological footprint, thereby adding to the progress what we are advocating for. So we need to know this, and then we need to recycle. When you say recycle, not all of us have the recycling machine. So the easiest practice is for us to reuse. For us to reuse, that's why we hammer on single use. We should stop single use plastic. Not because they are not producing more. The population of the country is increasing. The world population is increasing, and so will the consumption increase. But when we start reusing these things, and then instead of going to buy more plastic, you are even cutting costs. So you are reusing them, thereby reducing the amount of purchase from the market. Except for these companies, just like our boss mentioned, that are producing it directly from there. I bring you good news from H Green Campaign Initiative. UN World Day on Environment presents War Against Plastic Pollution with the theme Beat Plastic Pollution, coming up on the 5th of June 2025, hosted by the Republic of Korea. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. For more information, click on the link below and kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at H Green Campaign Initiative. Thank you.